3, 2, 1.
Liquid fuel main engine soon will throttle back to 72% of rated performance down in the bucket, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes transonic.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, March 10th, 2018. Just doing a little test drive with my spacesuit. Want to make sure it's in working order for Litecoin. I mean, I don't think we're going to go to the moon tonight, but I thought tonight would be a good time to test it out, make sure it works. And I think it does. I also want to talk about some technical analysis, want to look at the charts. Earlier's video I said I would, and let's just look at it. Let's see what's going on. I want to start here by a tweet from David Schwartz on Twitter. 186 boom, he tagged me. David's a really cool guy, and we had a little exchange. He asked if this is something we can sustain, what do you see as next level? I said if we can sustain this, there doesn't look to be a ton of resistance up to 200. If we do go there, we need volume though. On the flip side, I very well could see a retracement to 170 sometime this evening. I guess it all depends if the market manipulators have dinner plans. And that was my attempt at being funny at the end. But I wanted to kind of explain that 170 comment. We didn't hit 170 last night, but the reason for that was I was just looking at, I think, the order books, but I went to the 4 hour when he tweeted that to me. Kind of wanted to see what it looked like. Keep in mind, this was probably right in this bar right here, if you can see that. Right around 186, 187, I think we were. And I basically went to this dip that we had, and I just pulled out the fib retracement. And when I did it, I kind of looked right around the 0.618 area, and I saw 170. And I also saw 170 as a zone of support. So that's kind of where that comment came from. And I also just saw, I just could see another retracement down before anything else happened, whether that's we go back up or even if we retrace back into my buy zones. I didn't really see us trading sideways where we were in the 180s. So we retraced back down a little bit. We touched, I'm not even sure where that wick goes down, but not too long ago. And there's some price action actually going on right as I start this video. You can even see it in this candle on the 4 hour. But let's hop over to GDAX real quick. I just want to take a glance. And I know these aren't the most reliable things to look at, but they are also kind of telling, if you will, because sometimes they are accurate and sometimes they do help us gauge what's going on right now. So you can see that wall up at 200 of resistance is still there. I think it was a little larger last night when I was tweeting him about 200. And you can see support at 170 right here. And I think right now, the only thing we need to make a move up to 200 again tonight, if it's going to happen, would be that volume that I talked about. Looking at the weekly, I do want to just point out this weekly candle that we're in right now. It's red, however, it has potential to be a nice looking candle for a reversal, a longer term reversal, since it is the weekly. Because if you go back, and I mean you can do this with many cryptos, and you look at before a breakout actually occurred, usually it's preceded by a red weekly candle. So it's not like, so what I mean by that is this nice weekly candle that we had here around a month ago, we flattened out and we consolidated after that. We didn't just continue going up. It wasn't one of these, and I don't think anybody thought it was going to be. So if we are looking for kind of a breakout out of this triangle, having a nice red candle like this, or even this at that double bottom that we had, is not a bad thing. So going to the daily, here we are. There was that nice green candle with that nice long wick down to like 150 that we saw. And again, this is playing into the whole weekly. You can see that weekly red candle here. This is why this looks like this. There's only one daily green. And again, not a terrible thing. So lastly, I guess we can hop back over to the weekly. I just want to point out something, which is to say we can take the time frame, the date range. Last time we were this oversold in the weekly was back in, let's see, we crossed over into oversold territory, you know, in September, and we were there for 49 days, it looks like. And then that's when we had this breakout of that triangle that I talked about in my last video. This is a symmetrical triangle we had a breakout of that went into this awesome run that we've recently had. It's not even that recent. I mean, we're going on a few months now. So now we entered into that oversold area again, but last time we were there for 49 days. Now we've only been there for, let's see, so far 35 days. So I'm not even saying that, oh, we got to be there for 49 days before we get a breakout. I'm just trying to give some relation because these two symmetrical triangles are eerily similar in many ways. So the other thing to note there, which is interesting, is that 49-day mark is very close to the 80% of this apex. 80% of that apex is probably another 4 or 5 days after that 49-day mark, but I'm getting very, very like technical here. And I do it because when I see patterns that show this much similarity, that's when I really want to see if it continues following this pattern. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm really looking at these two. I want to see how this current price action follows and mimics this triangle. So let's see as we get up to that 80% to the apex like I talked about in the last video. And let's see how long we'll be in the oversold on the stock RSI, in this oscillator down there. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about right now. We're at 176.46. We touched that 170 area, I think, a little bit ago, but we're kind of just trading steady right now. I think everybody's waiting for a breakout. I'm not going to sit here and guess what's going to happen next because it's in a really, really interesting spot and it could go either way. But right now, from what I'm seeing on GDAX, we have nice potential to retest 200, at least possibly tonight. And hopefully we stay above this 170 support. So that's that. That's my technical analysis for tonight, March 10th, 2018. I have to get back to life now, and I appreciate you watching. Let me know if you are watching closely. Let me know if you're buying. Let me know if you're selling. Let me know if you're trading. Let me know if you're holding long. I want to know. I appreciate all of you watching. I hope you have a great night tonight. I'll see you in the next video, and God bless.